Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to yet another interesting episode on Nutri-Diet with Sarpomaa Kumankoma. How have you all been doing during this festive season? I know as far as you're watching this video, by the grace of God, He's carried you safely from the year 2020 to the year 2021, and we bless God for that. Without wasting my time, let's delve into today's episode. Now, have you ever been body shamed by someone's comment before? Have you been forced to purchase expensive products just because you either want to reduce or gain weight? As part of mostly ladies' New Year's resolution, it's always on the priority list that they want to reduce weight before the year ends. Now, in reducing weight, we've been hearing of weight loss pills, slimming tea, booty creams, and all that being advertised on various markets, on TV channels, on radios, on our social media platforms. Now, the question is, do these products really work for its purpose? And even if they do, what mechanism is involved? What are the ideal ways to get a healthy body weight? We will treat today's episode in two different categories. The first category will be the weight management segment, which we will look at knowing your body mass index and maintaining it if you are within the normal or the optimal range, or reducing it to the normal optimal range if you are either overweight or obese. The next section will be the altered means in which people, mostly women, tend to get a desired body shape by either using booty creams, booty enhancers, liposculpting, or silicone implantation. When we say liposculpting, we mean taking fats or fat suction from a part of the body that is so bloated with fats and injecting it to a part that we want to increase. A classic example of liposculpting is suctioning fat from the belly or the stomach or the thigh, in between the thighs, and suctioning it to the buttocks part. We will look at the effects these may have on the human body. Then we look at the healthy nutritional interventions for an ideal body weight. Before that, let's quickly have a look at some replies I got on Instagram when I posted about body shaming. Out of those who replied, 70 people were saying that they have been body shamed before. Yes, they've been victims to body shaming. And then 20% were saying they haven't had any encounter with anyone about body shaming, and then a few, that's less than about 10%, were even asking what at all is body shaming. They have no clue, they have no idea about what body shaming is. So before we proceed, let's get to know what body shaming is. Body shaming is an act of dehumanizing a person's physical appearance, yes, by a comment you give. It can be either you are aware of what you're doing, or you may not be aware of what you're doing. And body shaming comes in different forms. We have hair shaming. Yes, people with alopecia, depending on how you comment on the person's hair, can either body shame the person. Also, skin color, having a darker skin or a lighter skin, depending on how you comment about that, could body shame the person. The most common one that we all may be aware of is either thinness or fat shaming, which involves a person's shape, which is mostly common with women. For the purpose of today's episode, we will consider the most common type of body shaming, which has to do with women. Yes, body figure, the comments we give about people's body figure, which a lot of people have been victims, including most renowned celebrities. And the act of body shaming kind of compel most ladies out there to go in for creams and slimming tea and booty creams. Some even go the extent of going under surgery, which we say going under the knife. That's the liposuctioning, liposculpting, or even silicone implantation. Silicone implantation. Have you heard? Silicone implantation, the most common one amongst the celebrities. We will not see them within a week, a month later. The next thing we see them is Looking at how slimming tea and weight loss pills work, they may appear in different forms and with different names, but they all work at achieving weight loss. There is this compound found in them, antioxidants, which helps the body's activity to break down fats and lipids within the body. And then these products aim at increasing the appetite of an individual. That means the amount of food that you will be taking within a day will be reduced. When you take these products, it will reduce your appetite, reducing the amount of food you take within the day. And we all know that when you reduce your intake of food, you are automatically reducing your intake of calories. Another instance where these products will be prescribed for a patient is when the person has been on dieting and intense exercise with the aim of reducing weight for 6 months and still hasn't been able to reduce half a kilogram. This is when we think of prescribing these products for such patients. So yes, it clearly indicates that you cannot just get up from your comfort zone and go purchase such products because you want to reduce weight. Just purchase and you'll be taken without any guidance. You may not see results. Please, I'm not trying to condemn any products, but I just want you to know that such products are supposed to be taken on prescription basis. Such products are mostly prescribed for people who are having BMI of 30 and above. These are people who are obese. So it's not for everyone. It's supposed to be taken on prescription basis. Aside the above mentioned ways of reducing weight, others go the extra mile of doing the opposites, not trying to lose weight over the entire body, but they try to gain weight at some specific parts of the body, usually the breasts, the hips, the buttocks. So trying to change specific part of the body shape requires extra efforts, like the liposculpting that I've mentioned earlier. This is when fat is suctioned from a part that you want to reduce and injected to a part that you want to increase. Some cheap products like the booty creams could also be used for this same intention. Aside the liposculpting, another method that is mostly patronized by people, especially the celebrities, is the silicone implantation. Please, let's know that during these processes, the person will undergo anesthesia. That is when gases and drugs are being administered to the person before surgery. So during these processes, the person will not feel any pain. So whatever teeth grinding, teeth gnashing scene that you will see here, please know that the person will not feel any pain. Even sometimes the person will be put to sleep. So let's put that in mind before we see the visuals we yet see. So once the person has undergone the anesthesia process, the particular spots where the silicone will be inserted or the incision will take place will be measured, and then the tissues there will be dissected such that the mucosal of the buttocks will be reached. A space will be created carefully, making sure the surrounding structures will not be injured. So look at that. This is what they go through when you want to go and increase your buttock size. Look at. So once you are assured the space you've created, there is no collection of blood or whatsoever, the next thing is that you prepare the silicone and insert it at this site, making sure there is no air space or air following the silicone to the place. Once that is assured, you move on to suturing. You stitch the space that has been created. You use tiny needles, very tiny needles, so that they don't leave any visible mark when the wounds are being healed. Once the stitching is neatly and carefully done, you apply skin glue. Yes, there is a glue for the skin. You apply the skin glue, and then you seal it with bandage and plaster. carefully. Once this entire process is done, the person is not supposed to sit on the buttocks for a longer period of time or do any vigorous activity for some months. That will be specific months that will be given to the person. So the person will undergo this, and then after some months, some 2, 3, 4 months, you see the person comes to every surgical operation. There is a possibility that there could be complications, and to this particular one, it's possible that the silicone that has been inserted can rupture whilst it's inside. Rupture in the sense that the silicone we are seeing is like a gel in a rubber bag. Yes, so the outer part we see that can be held is like rubber bag, and the inside is like a gel. So once you insert this in the body, there is a possibility that the gel in there can open. Once it opens like that, the person has to undergo surgery again, and this silicone that has been inserted and opened inside will be removed, and if the person wants, another one will be inserted again. If the person doesn't want it, they will just seal it and the person will go. Why this stress when you can achieve a desired body shape with good nutrition and accompanied physical activity? I mentioned earlier that calories we take in contributes to weight gain, and this is the mechanism. Whatever food you take within a day produces calorie or produces energy at the end of the day, and each and every individual, depending on your weight, depending on your height, depending on some conditions that you may have, you have a required amount of energy or calories you need within a day. So what happens is that at the end of the day, the body will expend the required amount of energy it needs. Let me put it in a scenario like this. Within a day, you are on 1,005 calorie. Let's say you as an individual, depending on your conditions, you are required to take 1,500 calories within a day. So at the end of the day, breakfast, you took some egg, you took some banku, you took some energy drink, so at the end of the day, all these things are broken down into energy. The energy that it has broken down into has gone past the 1,500 that you need. So what happens is that your body will now expend or utilize just the 1,500. Whatever energy that will be left from the food we've taken will be stored in the body as fat, and the next day this same process will continue and the excess will be stored as fat. So with this kind of attitude, when days go by, there will be accumulation of excess energy being stored as fat, and this will contribute to adding more fat and more weight, taking you to overweight and then obesity. Basically, this is what causes obesity and overweight. Basically, this is what causes it. That is why we are always emphasizing on the fact that make sure whatever calories that you have taken in within a day, make sure you expend it before the day ends. You can expend by doing physical activity, walking vigorously, brisk walking, running, jumping, skipping, hitting the gym and all that. And let's check our energy intake. If you're able to check your energy intake, you will not take more than you're supposed to take to even think of doing vigorous activity to expend it. And so this is how we wrap up today's episode on how to maintain a healthy body weight and get a desired body shape, knowing your body mass index and working on it, and overcoming body shaming. So we come your way again. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've not done that yet. Like our videos and share to others. COVID-19 is still around. Please mask up wherever you go. Stay healthy. Eat well, drink lots of water. There is Harmattan here in the north. I don't know about where you are, but please take good care of yourself. So we come your way again.